Hey, Gabriella, how you doing? Okay, looking at the front of the poster here, and I had made comments for your submission for the front of the poster. My main comment was this, and I'm going to retract that comment because now that I look at this with the back of the poster, I've got some suggestions here I think are really going to work out to your benefit. My initial comments was the fact that you've got all cap here and you've got all cap here. You got a sans serif typeface here. You've got a sans serif typeface here. It's very, very tricky to try to mix sans serif typefaces because they're inherently different. However, they're quite a bit similar. So there's not enough differences. I mean, to mix sans serif typefaces is really, really difficult because they're all quite similar to one another. So my initial response was, and my initial concern was that we could go for greater typographic hierarchy here and typographic variety here, more specifically, using either a sans serif here, I'm sorry, a serif typeface here, or by presenting this in, not presenting this in all caps, since this is all cap and this is all cap, a little bit of a diminished typographic variety there. So see what you can do about that. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to preserve that O. Initially, I thought that the O was kind of wrestling with this configuration right here for first position and hierarchy, and the two are kind of bouncing back for each other. But now that I see that, initially I thought you were going to use this as your timeline, this kind of shape as your timeline. But since you're not, we need to key in on that circle right there, and we need to use some repetition. This is the only area in the entire two sides of the poster that has that dove indicating peace. Now, what we can do is this. I think that I'm going to talk about visuals first, and then we'll talk about typography. But I think we can very, very easily create some continuation from the front of the back poster using the circle and using the dove. Now, for the dove, what I would recommend doing is this. See your 2009 wins Nobel Peace Prize? This is a Peace Prize poster, right? So I would increase the size of that circle, leaving enough space right down there to take that dove. Of course, you're going to have to turn it white. Place that dove right in there. You're going to make that circle really big and give yourself a good area at the bottom so the dove is nice and visible. And place it in the 2009 wins Nobel Peace Prize. So that's going to create some continuation and add some meaning to the dove acting as the counter for the O in 4, and the fact that the dove is used to indicate the Peace Prize in 2009. The next thing I would recommend is taking some visual attributes from the back of the poster in this case and moving them to the front so that we can kind of, again, reinforce this visual continuation. Now, what I would do there is this. I would simply take this color circle, and this color circle, duplicate that, put the 3 circles right in front of Hope with the assorted colors. That way we have really solid continuation. Those 3 circles are continued on the timeline. The dove is continued on the Peace Prize. And that leaves this with just an interesting typographic composition. And I think that the continuation and the harmony is really going to be reinforced. Try it. I think you're going to like it. Typically, and you've heard me say time and time again in this class, I give a lot of caveats and a lot of warnings against center-aligned type. However, I'm okay with center-aligned type in here because of the fact that it is a circle. So that's pretty cool there. All right. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm just coming down with a cold. I just started feeling it a couple hours ago, so I apologize. At any rate, let's take a look at typography. You've got this bolded a little bit. Let's try this. Barack H. Obama. Let's use small caps right there for the introduction. Barack H. Obama in small caps. Okay, 44. Consider old style numerals. Consider old style numerals for the year as well. Watch your regs. Okay, remember, long line, short line, long line, short line. No patterns like this. This wave that goes like this wave that goes like this. That's no good. This kind of diagonal, this diagonal here, this difference between this shortest line and the longest line here, that's just too drastic. Good rags should go long line, short line, long line, short line, long line, short line, almost to the point where it's not noticeable. And, it doesn't have to be a perfect science. It's not. I mean, just as long as we don't have any wavy patterns or any lines that are considerably shorter than others, and then we don't have any diagonals, you'll be fine. So just go ahead and adjust your rags, and I'll be looking for that in your final presentation, absolutely. Okay, so what we have over here, emphasis was also given to his support. Space, dash, space in word and deed. Those should be at M dashes. Those should, whoops, sorry about that. Gabby, those should definitely be N dash, or M dashes, M. That indicates, M dash indicates a change in thought. So then there's no space before or after the M dash. It's just an M dash there. So let's go ahead and adjust that. Okay, this is called a pull quote. Okay, and basically what it is used for is you don't typically place a pull quote at the end of a, actually this isn't a pull quote, it's not, a pull quote is just something that is mentioned in the text that we take out of the text, change the type, and give it its own little, it's a really a great way to make a page break, kind of a resting area for the viewer. But right now what I would do with this right now is I would take this and just reduce the size of it. So break that margin a little bit. Watch my cursor. So it's only about that big instead of as wide as the margins itself. So you may entail reducing the size of that. And I think it's a little too bold because right now all eyes go right to that in terms of typographic hierarchy. So I think the all caps and the bold is just drawing too much attention to that. So I would reduce the size on that and reduce the line length and then place it accordingly. Okay. Technically, that's a hanging quotation. That should be hanging off the left margin of that type. Just go ahead and research how to hang quotes or hanging quotation. I don't know if you used Illustrator or InDesign for this, but just want to you want to hang that quote right there. You won't hang this quote, of course, because you've got rag right here. There's no margin to hang that to, but that definitely want to hang that quotation mark right there. Okay. Other than that, I think that try those changes. I think it's some interesting things going on, and I love the fact that you clipped that image. That's fantastic. I think that really is compelling. Good choice there. Love the way that the suit and the blues match the image. That's good stuff, Gabi. Good stuff. All right. So those are my recommendations. Okay. Any questions, comments, concerns at all? Please let me know. Thank you.